How is it going today? Lord, let's get my Dwayne.
We're
Dwayne Jackson. We have Why I Love Comics by The Odd Ones Out.
Because you get lost in fantasy.
Yes.
You get lost in a world that you wish was ours, kind of.
Yeah.
You get superpowers. Powers. You
can't do stuff.
We can't fly. They can.
They can.
They could beam down stuff. We can't.
Right.
They got super strength. We don't.
Learn new magic spells.
That. Yeah. I want to look at that.
Anyway, if you guys have any of you guys follow social media in the link in the description below, don't forget to
subscribe.
That one in.
Draw a picture right now. Alright, you done? That sucks, right? I spent 2 hours on the face, I couldn't get the hands right, and when I compared my art to this other artist I found online who's younger than me, it makes me want to curb stomp this monstrosity so no one ever has to look at it again. Okay, now, think of a joke. Not one you've already heard before. I want you to think up a brand new, never been done before joke. Okay. You know how cats are, like, lazy? Maybe we could do a joke about a lazy cat, and his owner is like, stop being so lazy.
Sound like Seinfeld.
That's up too. Now imagine doing both of those things together, and then putting that artwork up for the entire world to leave their unfiltered, anonymous opinions. And on top of that, you also make virtually no money off of it. Who in their right mind would put themselves through that kind of torture? Well, dear viewer, I would like you all to meet Zachary. Zachary is a webcomic artist. He makes webcomics just so when you're scrolling through your timeline while taking your morning poo, you get a little chuckle to yourself. And then keep scrolling, forgetting about its existence entirely in mere seconds. I have a soft spot for funny webcomics. Not the super serious superhero ones or the Japanese ones. Wait, why is this part all pixely? Webcomics can be shared on any platform. In fact, a lot of webcomics get reposted without the artist's consent and with their names removed. Which is kind of weird that someone went through the effort of removing a watermark when they could have just, you know, not done anything and left it. I hope you all realize that behind every comic is an artist who just wanted to make you laugh and doodle something that day. I started reading webcomics at a very young age. Back then, we just called them comics. They were really the only books that I liked to read. And the only place you could read the hottest new comics was in the newspaper.
That's what I always look forward to.
Sorry, I should clarify.
And it had little word search underneath it, and I would like do it.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, we sound old as hell.
But like that's
a newspaper.
That's what I had. That's how I found out like about things I like is like looking at the comic section like for the kids. Like there was like Peanuts, which is Charlie Brown.
Oh yeah.
And like other stuff like that was in there. And then they had like a little word search and I would do it.
Yeah.
And that was like my little page. Like every time the newspaper came, my mom would take out that one page because you know I liked it. And be like, here you go. And I go to town. So.
Me too. So like one of the comics that I was like, I would always press my parents about.
There's another one that reminded me of Boondocks.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Boondocks.
It was Boondocks?
Yeah, it was in Washington Post. I was just about to say that. That's crazy.
That one.
That one.
That's the one I read.
I used to read that one because that one was funny. My parents showed me one time. I'm like, oh, that's all funny.
Yeah, it looked like black people. And
like, I like this.
I looked at it.
And a lot of people, I don't know if you guys knew, it was a comic
at first, and
then it became animated, and then it became very popular. But it was on the Washington Post every day, I think. Every day or something like that.
Every Saturday.
Or every Saturday or Sunday or something. And you used to see all the time. Yeah. Look at us. Look at us. All right, anyway, let's go back on in.
And they would print 19 pages of useless information and have one page dedicated to the funnies.
Yes.
This is where the classics were born. You know the ones. The Calvin and Hobbes. The Garfields. The Far Sides.
I don't know that.
Some of these comics have made me laugh harder than any meme ever has. I just want to say that Calvin and Hobbes was an extremely creative comic.
I used to read that one.
It was a comic about a rambunctious boy that had a giant predatory animal best friend. I mean, where else have you seen that before? By the way, if you ever see those Calvin King
on the cars.
Those are unlicensed knockoffs and really go against everything Calvin and his creator, Bill Watterson, stood for. In fact, all Calvin and Hobbes merchandise is unlicensed because Bill Watterson never made merchandise.
So if you had merch of his...
But I mean, aren't these crochet Hobbes dolls the coolest?
Yeah,
so there was only enough space in the paper for about 20 comics. And last time I counted, there were way more than 20 comic creators. So if you wanted to get your silly little comic in the newspaper, you had some fierce competition.
Yeah.
But now, anyone with a computer and enough dedication can create comics that get shared by millions of people. You don't even need a fancy drawing tablet or expensive painting software, or even art skills in general. Webcomics and the internet and memes have been intertwined for decades. Many of your favorite meme formats are just edited webcomics. Now, in most cases, if someone took an artist's work, defaced it, and then re-uploaded it without credit, that'd be a bad thing. But memes are different, I guess.
Yeah,
the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want you all to know that these artists have made other comics that are just as funny. And you should support their work and buy their books. And if you're going to make a webcomic edit, please just keep in the watermark. It's literally more work to take it out. You're being an asshole. Some of you original gangsters may remember that I also used to be a webcomic artist. I posted my first webcomic in 2012, which was over 10 years. 10 years? It's been that long?
Oh my God.
What the fuck? I'll be honest. My webcomics took a little while to get some traction.
It's okay.
Let me explain something.
Anything.
All the comics I would read in the newspaper had distinguished characters with personalities. A lot of times, the punchline of a newspaper comic would only be funny because we knew the characters and their mannerisms. Garfield hates Mondays, so instead of him hating Friday the 13th, he hates Monday the 13th. That's a good one, Garfield. So I tried to make a webcomic like that with my own little universe. I'm going to be a little vulnerable for a minute. Let's talk about my OCs I made when I was a 16-year-old boy. There were 3 main brothers. Jake, who was a self-insert character. One time I dressed up as him for Halloween. Justin, the book-smart straight man. Straight man as in the character archetype, not the sexuality. Although if any of the brothers were gay, Justin would be the gay one. And Kevin, the laid-back older brother who did whatever he wanted because he's the oldest. Those 3 were the main boys. Jake, Justin, and Kevin. The 3 whitest names anyone's ever heard. Now, if you're an up-and-coming comedy webcomic artist, I would suggest not to do what I did. If you're just trying to make someone laugh, you don't need a whole cast of characters that have intricate relationships. Just tell your joke and leave. Or don't. It's your art. You can do whatever you want. Eventually, I wanted to rebrand myself. Instead of having distinguished, defined characters, I went with the very basic-looking character design that had absolutely no distinguishing features at all. And I settled on a design that looked like this. I mean, over time, I refined it. I originally posted my comics exclusively to Tumblr.
Wow,
it was just those days. And this other obscure webcomic about trolls. We were the 2 main ones, really. Now, if you're still an up-and-coming webcomic artist, then you should post your comics to every platform imaginable. I learned the importance of cross-platform promotion the not-so-easy way.
Tumblr.
One day I got a Tumblr message from someone asking if they could post my comics to a small, unknown app called iFunny.
I used that app?
Sure. Then that guy would periodically send me messages like,
I know what that was.
Dude, we are blowing up. Our comics keep getting featured. And I was like, our? Then I went up to messages asking, hey, are you the one posting these to iFunny? And I said,
I used to make memes on there.
But I gave the other guy permission to. You know he's impersonating you and starting beef with other artists, right?
What?
It turned out that iFunny was my most popular social media account.
Oh my God.
And I didn't even have access to it. I eventually got the account back, and now people tell me that they loved reading my comics on iFunny back.
Hey, yo!
Which wasn't even part of the plan.
Which I didn't do.
Webcomics have really impacted me and this channel. Some of my earliest online friends were other webcomic artists who I don't keep in touch with as much as I should. My bad, guys, I'm sorry. My username is based off my webcomic, my character design was made for my webcomic, and even my Cannonball profile picture is from a panel in my webcomic. I really hope this video makes you appreciate the webcomics that you see on your timeline. I know you see them, they're everywhere.
Yes.
If you come across a comic you like, I want you to try and find the original artist's socials and browse their other comics they've created. I guarantee you'll find some banger comics that just didn't get the same amount of attention as the other ones. And who knows, you might just make a difference in someone's art career.
Aww.
You know, making a whole video about webcomics has made me miss my first love. A lot of times when I think of a joke, I have to wait 2 months to tell it. And at that point, I don't even know if it's funny anymore.
Yeah.
But a webcomic can have same-day joke delivery. So this is how I'm officially announcing that I'm making webcomics again.
Wow.
I'll be posting them on my website and maybe Twitter if I'm still verified. There's already 6
Nice. Go check that out.
Verification soon.
That's crazy. They want you to pay for it?
Yeah, you gotta be a Twitter Blue user to pay for it now. I don't know if they're gonna roll it back because they have announced a lot of stuff that they dialed back on because of backlash.
Because I think LeBron was like, I'm not paying for it. Even LeBron James was like, I'm not paying for it. But how I look
at it, I'm like, realistically, when it comes to the verification thing, I feel like a lot of people that are in the media or entertainment industry are all, and they're saying like, oh, I'm not gonna pay for it, da, da, da. You're gonna, like, I feel like you're gonna, because you don't want your stuff suppressed, you don't want, you want your stuff to be seen and stuff, and especially if you got like millions of dollars and stuff like that, the fee is not gonna matter to you.
That's wild though, but I'm gonna be on the opposite eye of that. I'm gonna be on the opposite eye of that.
No, I'm not saying they should. I've said that I feel like they would. I feel like that's what it's gonna come down to.
I'm not paying for no verification. Man,
I don't necessarily care.
Right, are you serious?
I don't necessarily care, but I mean, like, hey, whatever.
Damn it, Elon! Damn it, Elon!
He just need to stick to cars.
Right.
But anyway, and he crashing. But other way. Anyway, what I was gonna say is like, yeah, like the comics, like that's how I got into. I think that's like my earliest like thing of like getting into comics and cartoons and anime and all that stuff. Like it's literally starting there, like from comics. Like I saw Batman first. I loved him.
Oh, I love Batman.
Looked in the newspaper, saw
Spider-Man. Spider-Man was my guy, bro.
Batman was my first and favorite superhero, like ever since. And then I saw Joker, and I was like, "Ooh, favorite villain." Ooh,
then you saw Harley Quinn,
and it just started going down from there. So
mine's Spider-Man, and I showed you the '90s Spider-Man, and you was like, "Yeah, Joan Fire." He's like, "Why ain't the interpretations of this?"
Good.
Yeah, it was good, man. Growing up, and then watching your favorite shows as an adult is a lot of jokes that like go over your head.
Yeah. Oh, you mean looking back at?
Yeah, like Jasmine was recently. Yeah, as an adult looking back at the the old one.
Okay.
Jasmine was recently looking at Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
I don't remember what episode it was, but she was like, "Oh my god!" As a kid, them jokes went over my head.
Yeah, as a kid, you're just watching it because it's just like cool colors and everything, whatever. But like as an adult, you look like, "Yo, that's an adult joke." Like only we would get it.
That's an adult joke, just it's like disguised. Yeah, it is funny.
It's like funnier the second time around, coming with your adult mind watching it. It's just more hilarious.
So go support comics, man. I remember I used to have like Sonic comics. I used to have like a whole bunch of comics at one point, and I do like I have Japanese comics, manga. So downstairs I got whole manga like
a bunch.
Okay, yeah. Dr. Stone, Bleed.
Okay. It's a bunch.
A bunch. Okay, a bunch. Anyway, guys, comment below. Let's
don't forget to like
subscribe
and share.